crypto crapo, which is my name for it. And sometimes I call it crypto crapo, and sometimes I call it, well, crypto shit.
What's going on, everyone? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. Obviously, we did have a 3-day weekend, so I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Yesterday, I didn't put out a video. There really wasn't much to go over. Nothing really happened. Today, however, we are seeing a little bit of movement for Bitcoin, but what is actually quite incredible, again, still about Bitcoin, is that Bitcoin is remaining quite resilient up at these levels, while we're actually seeing the S&P and stocks having another big red candle day. So there's a few things that I want to talk about. I want to discuss the fact that Bitcoin right now is actually currently setting up for another very volatile move, which I do want to let you guys know about that. The charts are potentially suggesting a bit of caution, but don't freak out, because there is a major shift happening right now for Bitcoin that we absolutely cannot deny. We have to admit, and not just for Bitcoin, but also for cryptocurrencies and Web3 as a whole. And I think it's going to be quite shocking for the world moving forward. In fact, if you do stick around to the end of this video, make sure that you at least listen to the last story of today. Something absolutely crazy. We do have a legacy indicator that is showing us something quite interesting. And yeah, so we're going to talk about all that today. And guys, I finally did it. I got the Apex walkthrough complete. This is a 33-minute video, guys, start to finish, everything you need to know about decentralized trading. And by the way, I did trade on it. We did some live trades, and the fees are insane. Like, I think I literally paid like 60 cents in fees. Absolutely crazy. If you guys are interested, check that out. Check that out below. But let's dive in and let's talk about this big shift that is happening. So if you guys are not subscribed, you know what to do. Get subscribed, and we are going to hop in and have a look at the chart. So as we can see right here, now, obviously if we switch this back to the weekly, you can see that we do have still Bitcoin struggling to get above this major level, right? We have the 50, the 200, the death cross. We also have this major downwards and also horizontal, and that is why Bitcoin is trying, right? We tried to break above it. We pushed back below it. We tried to break above it. And again, so far this week, we are currently, if I zoom in, we're actually sitting below it, right? So lots of resistance for Bitcoin right here. Is it possible that the bears take over for a little bit and Bitcoin ends up coming down here, retesting this trend, or even worst case scenario down here? That would bring Bitcoin all the way back down to $18,000. Now listen, before everyone freaks out, remember that I said that as long as we keep this momentum up and as long as we continue to put in higher highs and higher lows, or just continue to consolidate, this technically is not full on bearish, right? Actually, we're not quite in bull territory just yet, but it is starting to look a lot better. And compared to what we're seeing over here on the S&P, come over to Bitcoin, not that bad, right? You can see every time we wick out of this, we do continue to the upside. Now, right now, what we are technically putting in is an ascending triangle pattern, right? You can see right here. And basically, this is where you just keep hitting the top. Now, ascending triangles are technically bullish. They're only bullish by a smaller percentage. I don't have it the chart. It's like 60% or something, but it generally tends to break out more than half to the upside, right? Will it do that today, or will we actually get that rejection, and will we have to come back down here and test that again? Well, we already did test the major downtrend, but I did say that we do have a CME futures gap down here, and it wouldn't be impossible to see us retest the top of this blue zone, right? This blue area right here, it was acting as support, then it became resistance. We may test it one more time just to see. And again, that would take us down to about the $19,800 level before potentially continuing to the upside. But as I said, what we are seeing right now, just on the lower time frames, is a potential shift just to the sell position, right? We have a few X's up here. We also have this curving over on the wave edge. And as you can see right here, on Market Cipher, we have a wave. We have a set of a lower wave with dots, and then another lower wave right here. And let me switch it to the daily. What are we seeing on the, hold on guys. On the daily, we're seeing, let me get rid of this right here. Okay, so we are seeing the wave moving to the upside on the daily, but at the same time, we're seeing this lower wave start to form here. You see what I'm saying? So you have this bigger wave on the daily, and then you have the smaller wave right here. right? So you are getting a bit of a downtrend. So there might just be a little bit of that short-term just reversal, right? But like I said, it's not all negative. It's just short-term. We may have that. And again, if you guys do want to learn how to trade, check out the tutorial above. There's $56,000 in links below. And I do have that new Apex DEX Pro if you want to check that out. But right here, this is really all we're looking at. You can get caught up in these daily price actions, right? Like everything that's happening super quick. But realistically, here is the good news. We've broken the downtrend, right? That's number one. We've broken it. Number two, we've retested the downtrend right here. We came above it. We retested it out. Okay. So that's a good thing. So basically now we just have this legacy uptrend right here. And as long as Bitcoin can, just keep staying above it, staying above it, staying above it, then we're putting in higher lows over the long term. And that's really all we need. So as I said, hypothetically speaking, could Bitcoin come all the way down here, retest somewhere around this area? Very, very possible. I mean, look at all of this support right here. Look at that. You guys could see how important that level could be. So could we come down here, retest, where we have these two lines crossing? That would put us down to about $18,500. That'd be very possible to see that. And then we could continue to the upside and have that bounce and continue putting in the higher high. And then we would have basically a giant double bottom. And yeah, that would be very, very bullish. And on top of that, you would have that long-term consolidation, right? Which is kind of what you want, because when you zoom out, you want that consolidation. You don't want to just start going straight up to the moon. If you start doing that, you're going to have a big crash like you did here, okay? Right? What happened? Look, we went all the way up here, and then what did we do? We literally just went down and sideways, down and sideways, down and sideways for a year. Right? You don't want that because we went up too fast. What you want is longer term consolidation, right? Like something that we had, for example, back here, right? We had this is a triple bottom, right? Boom, fake out, came back down again, boom. But then what did that do for us? Well, it ultimately created, this giant area right here of consolidation, right? We were able to consolidate all the way from basically December of 2014 all the way until October of 2015. That was a full year of sideways consolidation. We built the base. We never saw that again, right? So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. But there are a few things we need to talk about. This thing right here, so the adjusted aSOPR, in a nutshell, guys, this basically, if I could just kind of show you, it's showing where investors feel the need to kind of take profits, right? And the one level right here, you can see this line that they've shown on Glassnode shows us that basically every time we were coming up to this level, look, all of a sudden right here, boom, people were taking profits at break even. Boom, taking profits. Boom, taking profits. And then look, we had this crazy FTX capitulation right here. But look at what just recently happened. Whereas recently, I mean, you could see up here back in March of last year, we were holding above it. But look, resistance, 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 and then boom. Look at this, guys, support. So what does this mean? It means that people are feeling more bullish on Bitcoin. They're not selling out at break even, right? When you're seeing it break below this level, it's showing us that every time people are getting profits, they're like, you know what? Just get me out of here. Cash me out of here. I don't want to be involved in this right now. They're freaking out. They're nervous. They're just trying to cash out to break even. And what you're seeing now is they're letting some of those profits go farther, right? They're saying, no, I don't want to sell. I want to hold right now, right? I'm feeling bullish. I'm feeling confident about Bitcoin. So this is a very important indicator that we are seeing flipped right now. And I know a lot of people give Plan B flack. Take it with a grain of salt. I mean, stock to flow. Is it completely invalidated? Some people say it is. This guy's still calling for, I mean, this is a really ridiculous range. He's saying anywhere between $100,000 to $1 million by 2025. Now, I'm a very bullish person on Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to hit $1 million by 2023. That's insane to me. I think a more realistic target, we did this a long time ago using the Fibonacci retracement. If you guys remember the video, this was like probably almost a year ago. We were trying to figure it out. And we were saying somewhere between 120,000 to maybe like 220,000, something like in that range. But he says this yellow square right here, talking about people getting excited over the halving and the increased scarcity. Usually you see Bitcoin pump. He says anywhere between 100 to 1 million. So let's just take it halfway and say maybe a $500,000 Bitcoin by 2025. I'm not too sure about that. I do believe, though, that by 2025, we will have a higher Bitcoin than the all-time high. I do believe that. I believe by 2025, Bitcoin will absolutely be higher than 70,000. 500, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that below, though. But he does point out that, we are above the realized price. And as I did show you guys, we usually hang out there somewhere between 6 months to 10 months on average. We were under it for pretty much exactly 6 months. So that is very, very fitting for the Bitcoin chart. And, all we're waiting for essentially is to break above that 200 moving average. But guys, I don't know if you saw this clip. I have to play this clip before we move on. Did you guys see this Charlie Munger? You probably saw this interview, but I hadn't had a chance to show it to you guys. Obviously, he's not a fan of Bitcoin.
It's a rational argument against my position. This is an incredible thing. Naturally, people like to run gambling casinos where other people lose. And the people who invented this crypto crapo, which is my name for it, and sometimes I call it crypto crapo and sometimes I call it, crypto shit. And it's just ridiculous that anybody would buy this stuff. And it isn't. You can think of hardly nothing on earth that has done more good to the human race than currency, national currencies.
So yes, my friends, fiat currencies. Nothing has done any more good for the human race than fiat currencies, because everybody loves just a good 97 to 90% devaluing of all of their savings over their lifetime, right? Nothing like a good old devaluing, high inflation fiat currency, right? But guys, this is the major shift that's taking place, and this is what we need to pay attention to. Now, we know that China has banned Bitcoin and all that other stuff. Well, look at this, guys. Hong Kong is potentially looking to planning to lift the ban on retail crypto trading. Now, of course, understand that Hong Kong and China have an interesting relationship. I don't remember exactly what it's referred to. Someone correct me in the comments. It's not a territory, but Hong Kong kind of operates outside of China, but yet the People's Republic of China oversees it. I don't really know the specifics of what it's called, but I do know that they're a little bit separate. I know somebody knows. But anyway, long story short, considering that still they have that affiliation with China, this is huge, because the regulator is inviting industry experts to weigh in on new provisions for crypto service providers, relaxing the ban on trading for investors. They'll be able to invest in some tokens, mostly ones with higher market caps. So this is pretty big, guys. They've been behind changes to the city's crypto licensing rules, with officials keen to position Hong Kong as a financial center for digital assets. Now, this is what I'm saying. And this is what I feel is going to end up happening in the US. Everyone's getting so worried about the SEC. I don't believe that they want to slam down on it. I don't believe that they want to ban it, okay? And some people are saying, oh, well, but it's a threat. It's not a threat. Bitcoin is not a threat to fiat currencies. They are not the same. That's like saying gold is a threat to fiat currencies. How? How is gold a threat to dollars? They're totally different, right? I believe that their best bet is to embrace Bitcoin technology, embrace Web3 technology, and just do what they do best and learn how to tax it, right? The regulator also suggests that only the largest tokens will be available. They also asked exchanges to explain which crypto derivative products they wanted to invest. Currently, licensed exchanges in the city are not allowed to sell crypto derivatives, a rule that they said they might be looking to change, right? So same thing over here in the US. I believe that they probably are going to end up changing that. And if you want to see the adoption of Web3 in front of your eyes, I don't care. I'm not talking about this shit coin or that coin or whatever. I'm just talking about the overall adoption, okay? Which, by the way, I actually did an interview with these guys a while ago, Anchor. But you can see tech giant Microsoft has partnered with Anchor to offer a blockchain node service for enterprise clients. The two firms will work together on a node hosting service with tailored memory and bandwidth specifications for blockchain nodes. On top of that, we have Bosch partnering in a $1 million Web3 development foundation. This is with Fetch AI. It's being earmarked for a grant program funding the development of Web3, artificial intelligence, and decentralized technologies. But guys, crypto is obviously just a fad. Web3 is obviously just a fad. It's clearly just going away, right? Oh, well, that's interesting, because at the same time, while everyone's freaking out over the SEC, everyone's selling their crypto, right, getting worried, well, venture capital firm Lightspeed has led a $6.4 million seed round into Web3 observability platform Sentio at a $32 million valuation. The equity deal closed in September and saw participation from Hashkey Capital, Canonical Capital, Essence VC, and GSR Ventures. They've built an observability platform geared towards Web3 and crypto projects. But guys, That's not all. This is crazy. Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one, guys? The Catholic Church has begun to accept crypto donations. Yes, the Catholic Church, my friends. Catholic churchgoers in the USA can now make a crypto donation towards their church's efforts. The Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Washington, D.C. will use funds raised to grow their ministries and increase their digital stewardship initiatives, according to the National Catholic Register. The Vatican hasn't made any comment on the use of crypto. No sort of official moral assessment or guidance has been issued just yet. But yes, my friends, you can now donate to the church and they will accept crypto, which why wouldn't they, right? It's the people's money, but crazy times, guys, crazy times. The Catholic Church is now accepting cryptocurrency. Who would have thought that day would have came? And if you're worried about everything that's going on right now, Paxos is fighting back. According to a report by Reuters, the CEO told his employees that the firm will engage in constructive discussions with the SEC. The internal email revealed that the firm is ready to defend its position that Binance USD is not a security. They also stated in the email that the company was working with the SEC towards its application for clearing agency licenses. Additionally, the firm is also working with the U.S. Comptroller of Currency for approval of its National Trust Bank charter. Lots of things happening in the background, guys. It's really amazing how it goes from, oh my goodness, the SEC is going to destroy Bitcoin. Everybody freak out. Bitcoin pumps back to 25,000. And then look at all this stuff that's going on in the background. Microsoft, okay? Paxos is trying to talk to these guys. We have venture capital firm Lightspeed. We have Bosch in a $100 million Web3 deal with Fetch AI. All of this happening in the background while everyone was scared. And this is exactly why we said be careful of what you see and what you hear. Oftentimes it's organized FUD, and it's designed so that the rich, those in the know, the smart money can get richer while the stupid retail money sells and panics, right? Which is why I said, pay close attention, watch what they are doing. And, having a look right here, guys, like I said, if we don't fall out of this range today based on the move that we saw over on the stock market, then honestly, I don't see why we couldn't continue this move to the upside. But as I did say, just be careful because we are seeing, there is a potential chance on this lower time frame right here that there could be one more test, one more rollover. So as I said, we don't have any confirmations just yet. I'm waiting for some kind of a signal. The 4-hour did technically give us a small signal right here, but that could have been the sell-off that we saw because we tried to break above 25. So lower time frames are less important, but nevertheless, guys, that is it for me. Thank you for coming back to the channel. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. I do believe that we are going to be seeing a very big move for Bitcoin. I would say this week at some point, probably by the end of this week, because if we go back over here to this triangle, this triangle comes to an apex on February right here. So we can't stay in here any longer. We're either going to make a decision to go to the upside or to the downside. But, that apex comes at the end of this week. So speaking of apex, again, if you guys didn't check out the tutorial, check the tutorial popping up right here, right now. Until next time, guys, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.